Hello everyone and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me for your yoga practice today. So this class will be a morning practice designed to wake up slowly and gently. So we'll get started lying down on the back. Starting with bent knees, you can walk your feet away from each other, letting your knees knock together. Resting one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. You can close your eyes here or maybe softening your gaze instead. Bringing your awareness to your breath this morning. Gently observing the rise of your inhale and the fall of your exhale. Allowing your breath to bring you into the present moment here as you arrive onto your mat this morning. And we'll take some yogic breaths here. Inhale deeply, fill your belly up with air, then your ribs, then your collarbones. Exhale, feel the air leave your belly, your ribs, your collarbones. 3 more like that. Nice big expansive yogic breaths. Inhale, feel your belly rise, then your lungs, then your collarbones. Exhale slow, the air leaves your belly, your lungs, your collarbones. Inhale, breathe into your belly, your ribs, your collarbones. Exhale, breathe out from your belly, your ribs, your collarbones. One more just like this. Letting your breath return to normal. Just becoming aware of how you're feeling here. What's alive for you this morning? Turning inwards, noticing how you feel without judgment. And then when you're ready, inviting you to set an intention for this morning's practice. Maybe it might be just a word like love, surrender, compassion. Setting your own personal intention for this morning's practice and beyond into your day today. When you're ready, we'll begin to move. Reaching your legs long on your mat, reaching your arms up overhead and holding on to opposite elbows. From here, Banana Asana. We'll walk both feet over to the bottom right hand corner of your mat. Now you can stay like this. You might be feeling plenty in your side stretch here. Or another option would be to pick your head, your shoulders and your chest up and wiggle them over to the top right hand corner of your mat. So now you're creating the shape of a banana or a crescent moon. Feeling the stretch along your left side body and feeling the compression in your right side body. Make sure both hips stay planted into the mat. We'll be here for 5 breaths. Breathing into your left rib cage, your left lung. One more breath here. And then walking your feet, your head, your shoulders back to the midline. Let's go to the other side. Both feet walk towards the bottom left-hand corner of your mat. You can stay here if this feels good. Or maybe picking your head, your shoulders up and moving them over to the top left-hand corner of your mat. Pausing here, 5 breaths this side as well. Breathing into your right rib cage now. Maybe even feeling a stretch in your right shoulder, right armpit. Taking your last breath here. And then walking both feet and your head and your shoulders back to center. Bringing your arms back down beside you, we'll take a twist. Left knee comes into your chest now. And then from there, left arm out to a T with the left palm face down. You can use your right hand to guide your left knee across your torso over to the other side of your mat. Your left shoulder remains planting into your mat. And then maybe you gaze up at the ceiling, or if it feels good, over the left fingertips. Pausing here for 5 deep breaths. Feeling the stretch all along your spine, your back muscles, your belly, maybe into your outer left hip as well. Three more deep belly breaths. When you're ready, slowly rolling back to center. We'll switch that out. Right knee into your chest, left leg long. Your right hand out to a T. I just don't have the space for it here. And then from there, using your left hand to cross the right knee across the body. Your right shoulder is glued into your mat, but the rest of your body can follow in the direction of your right knee. You can gaze up at the ceiling or maybe over the right shoulder if that feels good for you. Pausing here for 5 breaths this side as well. Last deep breath here. And when you're ready, gently rolling back to center, bringing both knees into your chest, giving yourself a hug here in reclined child's pose. Pausing here for 4 breaths. You can choose stillness or maybe little wiggles side to side, massaging your low back into your mat. And then whatever way works for you, you can take your time to make your way up to a seated position. Coming to sit cross-legged. Inhale, reaching your arms up to the sky. Interlacing your fingers, turning your palms to face up towards the ceiling. Taking a big stretch here, creating space in between your vertebrae. Two deep belly breaths. Then bringing your hands to your shoulders, let's make some shoulder rolls here. So rolling the elbows forward, letting them meet at the front, and then rolling your shoulders down your back. So you can move at a nice, slow, mindful pace here, waking up the shoulder joints. And then just rolling the shoulders forward now. Take your time. Move slowly. Breathe deep. On your next inhale, reach arms up to the sky. Let's take a twist. So twisting to left, or right rather. Left hand to your right knee and right fingertips back behind you. Inhale, reach tall through the heart space. Exhale, twist from your belly. And then if it feels okay for your neck, you can look over your right shoulder. Breathing deep. 4 more breaths, making sure that your shoulders are stacked above your hips. And it's okay to be on the right fingertips here. One more breath. Inhale back to center, reaching up. Exhale, right hand to left knee, left fingertips back behind you. Inhale, reaching tall through the crown of your head. Exhale, twisting from your core. You can look over left shoulder if that feels good for you. 4 breaths this side as well. Inhale back to center, reaching your arms up. Exhale, arms down beside you. Let's come to tabletop position. All fours. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Cat-cow, waking up the spine. Inhale, your belly drops towards your mat. Gaze forward, gently guiding chest through your arms. Exhale, tuck your tailbone under, dome out the upper back. Push into hands and knees, chin to chest. Inhale, your belly drops. Gaze forward. Exhale, doming out the upper back, chin to your chest. 2 more. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale. And exhale. Tabletop, puppy pose, heart melting posture. So seeing if you can keep your hips above your knees, starting to walk your hands quite far ahead of you. Hands can be shoulder width distance apart or maybe a little wider if that feels better for your shoulders. From here, starting to sink your head towards your mat. Now your head doesn't have to touch the mat. You'll still get a beautiful opening into your shoulders and your chest. Another option would be to bring a block or some sort of elevated object that can bring the ground a little bit closer to you underneath your forehead. And then from there, feeling a stretch into your shoulders, your chest. Or maybe you can bring your forehead all the ways down to your mat. But of course, only taking this option if it feels beneficial to you. Pausing here for another 4 deep breaths. Relaxing your face, your jaw. When you're ready, pushing into your hands, and then from here, just lowering yourself down to your belly. Sphinx pose. Your elbows will be underneath your shoulders. Your feet can be hips width distance apart, or maybe a little bit wider. Roll your shoulders down your back. Gaze forward. If having elbows underneath your shoulders is a lot for your lower back, that is so normal. But what you can do is start to walk your elbows a little bit further forward to take the intensity out of it. So you can walk your elbows as far forward as you need until your low back feels good. And then we'll be here for 4 more breaths. Letting your elbows open wide. Lowering your chest. Hands under your shoulders. Pushing up to tabletop. Big toes together. Your knees go wide. Child's pose. Sinking your hips towards your heels. Walking your hands ahead of you. You can rest your forehead on the ground, on a block, or on a cushion. 4 more breaths in child's pose, Balasana. Breathing into your hips, your low back. Into the back of your heart space. breathing into your back body. And then slowly rising up and out of that, let's come to seated. Butterfly pose, Baddha Konasana, soles of your feet together, your knees go wide. Now with this, as always, if you find yourself quite rolled back onto the tailbone or feeling a little bit stuck here, then what you can do is get yoga blocks, get a cushion from your couch even, and just sit yourself up in that so that therefore you can sit on your sitting bones, and it will help with the tilt of your pelvis and your spine as you fold forward. Inhale here. Exhale, fold. Belly button reaches towards your feet. Breathing into your hips, low back. Breathing into your inner thighs. 4 more breaths. Rising out of that. From here, extend your legs long, forward fold, Paschimottanasana. So with this, your feet can be as wide as feels good. If it feels better for you to have the feet slightly wider apart, then by all means, you can definitely do that. And same goes for this posture. If you're quite rolled back, feeling a little stuck, you can sit up on a yoga block or a cushion. And then another option here is to have a bend in your knees, which can be really helpful as well. Inhale, reaching your arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Letting your hands rest wherever feels good. Bending your knees or straightening them, whatever works for your body. Here for another 5 breaths. Breathing into the back of your legs, your low back, all up along your spine. And then gently rising out of that. Let's do one posture to get the fire a little bit burning within to heat things up a bit. Boat pose, Navasana. So for this, you can bring your hands behind your knees. And then from here, coming onto the sitting bones, reaching your chest up to the sky, doing your best to keep a straight spine rather than a rounded spine. And then you can stay like this as you start to lean back slightly. Now you very well will definitely feel the core already start to fire up here. So you can stay with this. Or maybe You pick one foot up, maybe you pick the other, thinking of reaching your knees towards your chest and your chest to the sky. You can stay here, or maybe reaching your arms in line with your knees. Breathing deep, feeling your hip flexors and your core fire on. 3 more breaths. So good. You're doing amazing. And then slowly lowering out of that. You can walk yourself up to the top of your mat a little bit. And then planting your feet into the mat, arms in line with your knees, using your core to gently, slowly lower yourself down onto your back. Bridge pose from here. Soles of your feet plant into the mat, hips width distance apart. Arms down beside you with the palms face down. Push into your heels, send your hips towards your ceiling. Think of knees reaching to the top of the mat. Think of chin reaching to your chest. All the while, hips keep reaching towards the ceiling. You can push into your shoulders here for some support. Active glutes. Squeezing your glute muscles. 3 more breaths. Opening into the heart space. Firing up the muscles of your back body. And then when you're ready, lowering your hips back to the mat. Reclined butterfly. Soles of your feet together, your knees go wide. You can have your hands on your belly, maybe one hand on the belly, one hand on the chest. Or another nice option is to reach your arms up overhead and hold onto opposite elbows, like we did in banana asana. Here for 5 deep breaths. Hands to the outsides of your thighs, gently guide legs back towards each other. Savasana. You can extend your legs long, arms out to your side with the palms faced up. You can close your eyes down here, or maybe softening your gaze instead. If legs long doesn't feel good, you could always plant your feet into the mat and take a bend in your knees like we did at the start of class today. Giving yourself full permission to soften and let go here. Give yourself this time in Shavasana to simply be. Nowhere to go, nothing to do except rest. We'll spend a minute or so here in silence, and I'll call you back with the sound of my voice. Taking a deep breath here to bring your body back to the room. Taking little movements that feel good, maybe rolling out your wrists, your ankles, maybe taking a big stretch of the arms up overhead if that feels nice. Reaching feet and hands away from each other. And then when you're ready, bringing both knees into your chest, giving yourself a little hug here in reclined child's pose. One breath, inhale. Exhale. Taking your time to make your way up to seated, and we'll close the practice in seated together. Coming to a cross-legged position. Inhale, reaching your arms up overhead. Exhale, bringing your hands to prayer at heart center. And we'll close the practice by chanting the sacred sound of Om, followed by Shanti 3 times. Shanti means peace. Inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bowing your head to your heart. Thanking yourself for taking this time out of your morning to take care of your mind, body, soul. Now when you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes and come back to the space. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I really hope you enjoyed this class. If you did, I would really appreciate if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel and I'd love to hear from you in the comment section as well. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day.